When making this video, I struggled with an opener because I wanted to talk about my introduction into the MCU, and honestly, I think putting this next to She-Hulk is disrespectful to my own memory. When I was in 5th grade, I saw Captain America in theaters. It was a story about believing in yourself no matter your size, and that your endurance, mental endurance, was a power you could harness if you learned to believe in yourself. About gaining great power and learning that it comes with great responsibility and not buckling under that pressure because, after all, I could do this all day. I think it's safe to say, no matter who you talk to, Phase 4 of the MCU is a lot different than its original iteration. You have the invasion of the Kree, the erasure of everyone's memory in Spider-Man No Way Home, whatever happened in the Eternals, and of course Thanos and the Snap. What if I told you there was a show with amazing characters to pick from, a handsome budget, and one of the biggest companies in the world as your backer? What if this show ruined fan-favorite characters, it wasted potential, and it actively worked to undermine its audience's investment? Well, that's She-Hulk. The more and more you watch, it's amazing the lack of plot, the lack of character development, or direction this project has whatsoever. It's like a script randomly generated by an AI that's only been fed feminist fiction for about 10 years. A series of randomly occurring events, underwhelming villains, and a general feeling that you're just wasting your time. Combine that with CGI that will leave you cross-eyed, one-sided stereotypes, and characters that act brand new every time they show up on screen. With such an obviously pitiful piece of media, why does the show supposedly have fans? Or better yet, why has this show become dangerous to critique? Is it some underground cultural phenomenon? Is the show's writer truly a crusader for women's rights and underprivileged people everywhere? Is she single-handedly changing the industry as we know it?
It is the most protective and loving and supportive environment. A girl that you meet in the bathroom of a club will go and help you bury your dude if you need her to.
Sacred ground.
Yes.
Sacred
ground. Yes.
Aldous Huxley was an English writer and philosopher. He's best known for writing Brave New World. By the end of his life in 1963, he was widely acknowledged as one of the preeminent intellectuals of his time. Mr. Huxley had this to say about outrage culture. The surest way to work up a crusade in favor of some good cause is to promise people they will have a chance of maltreating someone. To be able to destroy with good conscience, to be able to behave badly and call your bad behavior righteous indignation. This is the height of psychological luxury. It's the most delicious of moral treats. It's very easy to be outraged. It requires no thought, no personal reflection, and it gives you a false sense of moral superiority. Being a brick wall to criticism is a bastardization of what Mr. Huxley was talking about. In a world where everyone is defined by what team they're on, this is perhaps one of the most damaging things you can do. It leads to echo chambers and confirmation bias. It creates an us versus them mentality, and it further divides us as a fandom. If something's terrible, it's okay to say so, and if you don't like it, that's fine too. Nobody is going to agree on everything, but if we're not willing to listen to each other, then what's the point of critiquing media at all? Things like blocking reviews, insulting the fans, and silencing dissent is not the way to make a good TV show or film, or to prove your point in general. Censorship is the art of saying no. Criticism is the art of saying why. If you're not willing to listen to criticism, then you're not making art. You're making a commercial for your beliefs. And that's the problem with She-Hulk.
I'm actually doing really so good. And I have a great job lawyering the law. And I am so strong. You're doing really, really strong.
Yeah, it's tight.
And you should see what my She-Hulk hair looks like.
Oh, I would love to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't do it here.
Oh, okay.
You know, everyone is always so saying about how She-Hulk is amazing. They're always saying it. I just want to be amazing tonight.
I don't know. I think you're pretty great.
You do?
I do.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over